Fans for ICP define the term fan. It's short for fanatical.
And I come with a hat full of tricks, trunk full of Faygo, car full of faction. Fuck you, wicked clowns. Would like to say what's up to the Cobras, X-Men and counts, and everybody with clown love, even since I never heard of.
Once they start listening to ICP, they stop listening to other music. They listen exclusively to ICP, and they take it quite seriously. I look into the faces of our fans, and I see that they've been touched by the Dark Carnival the same way that I've been.
Welcome to the House of Horror!
Well, my name's Vince Monaster. I'm 17 years old. My room, I guess it's just a collection of ICP stuff. You know, I take pride in it. Number one, most important, would have to be the Dog Beach poster. Violent J, a couple years back, drew that himself in his living room. This head here I got autographed at Hot Hits. This is just my chicken. A couple years ago I found it in my attic, so I decided to hang him up by a noose and stick him on my light. The chicken hunting song's just fresh. That's just a representation of the whole meaning of ICP. It's so fresh. All these comic books represent ICP from just chilling, being normal guys, and how the government screwed them over and stuck them down in the toxic waste dumps, and how now they're wicked cons and they're ruling Southwest Delray. These are mad fresh. These are what ICP's all about. These are the freshest.
The ICP guys work for me. If you want to call what they did work, yeah, I guess you could say they worked for me. Spent about 2 weeks with me. Probably cost me more money than they made me. We were doing some industrial waste holding tanks. There's some toxic smells coming out of that stuff, so usually we wear a respirator, some rubber boots to keep from getting in contact, rubber gloves, make sure you don't want to get that stuff all over you. But they didn't seem to mind getting that stuff all over.
Factories, toxic waste and chemicals, they have strange effects on the animals.
They jump right in tanks, up to their knees in garbage. They seem to enjoy being in the mud, in the grime. They seem to fit right in. It's definitely a good thing that they're making it on stage and with the microphone, because holding a job I don't think they could do. If they have to go back into the workforce, I feel sorry for their employers.
But that's okay, 'cause the stove's just on the block.
The average ICP fan is extremely loyal. I mean, they come to the shows and, you know, most of them are gonna paint their faces just like their heroes, which are Violent J and Shaggy 2 Dope.
As far as the makeup goes, dude, it's just all part of being a clown.
I'm Violent J, dress up. I always dress up every concert because everybody else does, I guess.
They started wearing it, so we wear it. Everybody wears it who goes to the concerts. It's all just a part of their wicked clown concept.
Basically, to them, there's nothing fantasy about it. It's like, it's what they're into. They're into the whole clown and carnival thing, and it really is a real existence to them.
Most of us really don't know them personally because they make it a point to not be seen, not be anywhere near the venue before or after the show.
My mom totally hates him. I'm not allowed to listen to him when she's home, but, you know, I don't care what my mom thinks.
I think they stink, they blow, they suck. They're filthy, they're vile, they're raunchy, they can't carry a tune, they can't even carry a rap, they suck.
It's just not her taste in music. My mom likes White Zombie.
I like a little bit of Pantera, a little bit of White Zombie. A couple of their songs I can relate to were ICP. They are definitely way past a parent's worst nightmare.
One time I came home from school and all my CDs were gone. She took all my CDs over to my grandma's because she thought I was acting up because of them. I was so mad I destroyed my whole room.
They fucking hate the shit, but I don't give a fucking shit, man.
They hate it, but I still go. I don't give a shit what they say.
When they were first started out, before they were Insane Clown Posse, they were called Inner City Posse, and I guess they were some sort of gang. I don't really know much about that.
Well, what we have here is some old ICP gang graffiti, and the K next to the word ICP, that pretty much means that some local gang put the word out to take out ICP.
They just said that they just had this calling to switch totally from the whole, I guess, like gangster type thing to the whole what is now Insane Clown Posse.
They just, right after they made their first album, they got out of that, I think, and they turned into Insane Clowns. I don't know.
I mean, nothing about ICP is there for chance. All of it has a reason. It all is like a piece of the puzzle. Carnival of Carnage is kind of like the first Joker's card, and it sets the tone. The second Joker's card is the Ringmaster. He runs the Carnival of Carnage, or the Dark Carnival.
Welcome to your death. Now let's see where you're headed.
The next Joker's card, that's the Riddle Box. If you die, you know, it's kind of like you go up to the Riddle Box and you turn the crank, and either it pops up good and you go to heaven, or it pops up bad and you go to hell.
Ticket, please, thanks. Walk through the doors and through the halls of illusions. Visit yours.
The Great Malenko, the new era of the fourth Joker's card is going to be unbelievable. I see the fourth Joker's card as being a worldwide event.
I'm on a day and I'm back like a vertebrae. And I come with a hat full of trucks, trunk full of Faygo, car full of fashion.
Faygo's the ghetto pop. If you take a look around, we're here in the ghetto here in Detroit, and we were all raised drinking cheap soda pop. We can't afford Pepsi and Coca-Cola like Michael Jackson, you know what I mean?
And the whole ICP thing is with Faygo is they've been drinking it since they were kids, and they really like it. And then just one time, all of a sudden, they just kind of took it and just threw it on the crowd, and everybody kind of had a riot.
One day we were doing a concert in Detroit. We were doing synchronized dancing, and he kept messing up the steps. So I grabbed the 2-liter Faygo and I busted him in the head with it. And everybody cheered and everybody loved it because it didn't make sense. So I turned around and he whacked me in the face with a 3-liter, and thus the war began. The crowd started throwing Faygo. Next day I looked, the club owner was swinging off the balcony with a 2-liter Faygo. My manager was jumping up and down on a 3-liter. Nobody knew what the hell was going on. It was pure pandemonium. And I'll tell you why people love it, because it doesn't make any sense.
Kids, they just love it. They just cannot get enough Faygo cola thrown on them.
If I was to go into your living room with one 2-liter, shake it up and spray it on the walls, we'd have a problem. Imagine 300 of them.
But when the Faygo gets on your face, when you're wearing the makeup, it's not fun. But it's cool. I mean, it's, you get into it. It's pretty cool. It's crazy. Yeah.
Dude, I don't know. If it wasn't for ICP, Faygo wouldn't be half as fresh it is. But we all drank Faygo when we were kids, you know, because it was cheaper, and, you know, you had tons of flavors to decide to. But ICP's made a boom. They've made it blow up everywhere, at least for around here.
Come on! Jump the fuck up! ICP! 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 ICP!
The world famous Faygo box of flavor, stuffed full of our favorite beverage. Holds about 302 liters, ton of pop. See, 69 cents because we have to buy so much of it, eh? Cheap. Faygo balloons for the uninitiated who like to hide in the back behind their girlfriend. It's right here, Super Soaker. These should reach the balcony. Nobody's safe.
When we come out of the concert, soaking wet with Faygo, you're wet and it's 30 degrees, it's cold.
I love that, man.
And you get in your car and you're all wet and sticky. I mean, we never thought about it, but I'm sure you should take towels, but we never do for shit.
Yeah, we always forget.
Faygo loves us. We're like their best customer. They give us a great deal. Delivery's prompt. They send us Christmas cards, but they don't want to be associated with us in print or anything. They love our money, but they don't like us personally, so I'm used to it.
I'm working on a documentary in Chicago on a band called the Insane Clown Posse. Are you familiar with them?
Okay, I'm going to tell you 2 things and only 2 things. The first one is we make Faygo for family consumption. And beyond that, I have no comment whatsoever.
They're getting rich and we're getting famous, so we're all happy. The Hard Times tour bus here, giving it away to some lucky fan tonight. Piece of junk. Doesn't run on gas, runs on Faygo pop.
Yeah, these are the winners of the Insane Clown Posse Part-Time Tour Bus Contest.
What the hell's a ninja? Ninjas are a branch of the Japanese samurai. No matter what weapons you use, a ninja will never die.
We thought that we'd have a little contest where, you know, some devoted fans threw in some really cool items, such as like photographs of like rednecks being like run over by lawnmowers.
ICP.
I'm like beyond words, you know, I'm all acting all crooked now and everything. I don't even know what to say. This is just so much, you know, and this is just gonna, you know, help me even more to be down with ICP and forever. And I, you know, I always dig their music and always just worship them to death.
ICP, you guys fucking kick ass.
I'm writing you from prison. The great Malenko was the shit. God damn, that is as fat as fuck.
I don't want any more of this garbage sent to my house.
I'm Pat Peterson from Naperville, Illinois, and I've been a professional handwriting analyst since 1980. I look at the T-bars, I look at the margins, I look at the signature. It's all highly important, even the space that you don't write in. Sean has hyper-punctuation. It's one thing to use a little bit of punctuation, but when there's too much punctuation, it is pounding your fist on the table. It says, listen to me, I'm afraid nobody is listening. But it's also somebody who can be very explosive, someone who will have an outburst of violence. I would want to meet this person. You have Eileen, who chose to write this envelope in a crayon, which is, again, somebody who is excessive, and if you look at the envelope, it's actually dirty looking. So you have someone here who may be slovenly themselves. Matt has some formations up in here that look satanic in nature. We don't know what message he's trying to give us here. He's also written some things here that look like graffiti, which could be cult or gang related. I would say after looking at all of these handwritings, I've dealt with the men in prison, seen their handwritings, and a lot of these look like what I've encountered with men behind bars, and I'd say I'd like to wash my hands after dealing with this group of people. They're scary. Shaggy's writing is in all capital letters, and it's all printed. Signature is very important in this case because the signature looks nothing like the body of writing. Likes the limelight, likes center stage, but says don't get to know me. I'm vague, I'm an enigma, I'm smoke. What you see is not what you get. This person, in essence, goes home and takes off a mask. All right, we're looking at Violet J's writing. This handwriting, as opposed to Shaggy's, is a much more spontaneously written writings. They've taken a lot of what they learned in school and just blown it away, so to speak, and now they're doing exactly what they want to do. When you have some of these stems that go up, you do have someone who is interested in mysticism. I would also say that the relationship with the father might not have been all that he wanted it to be. There might have been some rebellion to the father figure, which means that today authority figures in general are kind of rebelled against. There is a defiance. You have a lot of sharp points that come down on the extender, and these are sometimes people who like to inflict some pain on others, whether it's sarcasm or physical. I would see this writing typically in someone who could be in jail. I might see it in someone who would be there for violent crimes, sadistic violent crimes. I see this in the writing of killers.
ICP, Shaggy 2-Dope, and Violent J. Hey, what's up? I love you guys. You are the bomb. I even have this pet poodle dog, and I shaved ICP in its back. It wasn't mean or anything. It actually looks cool, but now it's kind of fading. Love, the kick-ass fan Elizabeth. Down with the clown for life. This is Pepper, my dog. It's a toy poodle. I don't know, one day I was just bored, so I decided, like, well, why not, you know, his hair is getting longer, so I said, like, now I might as well just shave into his back because I was bored, so I did, and it looked pretty cool. So I decided to do it again. There's some color. Now I'm gonna outline the ICP with green, and then I'm gonna spray some orange, and I'm gonna color the rest of it in with orange. My parents don't really like rap that much, so I try to keep it low-key. I just kind of listen to it like on my Walkman or stuff, or I'm at school or something.
What I know about the Clowns isn't that much. I know they're a rap group, and Elizabeth listens to them. The lyrics on some of their songs are inappropriate, even though I know a lot of people probably use that kind of language. Here in mid-America, it's a little bit inappropriate for us.
The stuff they have about the women and stuff like that, I don't really take it literally, so it doesn't really like bother me that much. But I know some people who think it's like degrading or something like that.
The Great Malinka has to go, unfortunately for Liz. The language just didn't fit in with around here. It's bye-bye after this.
What do you think?
I think it looks pretty good on him. Pepper's down with the Clown for life.
Come on in. Come on. I am a big fan of ICP. I love them. They represent me. They're my boys. I'd lick them all over. I've been wanting to invite you into my boudoir.
Right over here.
I have a persona, you might say. She comes out in the makeup. When I put it on, the name just came to me. Choco. And this is Choco, and she just sort of appeared in the mirror as I was putting stuff on me. And these are the letters, copies of letters that I've sent. Almost all of them, but I can't find the copy of the one that I signed in my own blood. I hope they got it, because I don't want my DNA floating around out there just loose. Well, this is one of my favorites. I've been clownified. Indigestion? I got a condition. It's called clownitis. It comes from clownosis, from practicing clownism and thinking clowny thoughts. I've been clownified. It feels good. Everybody says, oh, Shaggy's the cute one, and I guess we all know this is a hot body and all of that. And I don't know what to say. I guess it's true, but oh, Violent J, Choco's crazy about you. I think you know that.
ICP tattoos, I do myself 2 or 3 a week in the summertime. When these kids turn 65 and they hit the shuffleboard course down in Florida, the people without tattoos are going to be a minority.
Yeah, I've done quite a few ICP tattoos. There's always people coming in wanting the clown design.
My name's Brian Gujan. I'm getting a tattoo of Riddlebox.
You look concerned there, Brian.
Just checking it out.
So tell me how you're gonna feel when you're 60 with an insane clown tattoo.
I don't know. I don't even think about that yet. What the Riddlebox means to me, it's basically the fact that it's just like life. As you turn that crank, you never know when it's going to pop out or what's going to pop out. When Judgment Day comes, the only thing that's going to happen is what you've done. I don't remember the quotation on the inside of the cover, but that pretty much summarizes most of it.
All done. I think it looks pretty cool. You know, it marks a time in his life, something he has. It's part of him now.
And there's no turning back. It's gonna be there for a long time. Until I'm dead and rotted away, that's for sure.
What I like about the merchandise, everything. Their logos are cool, their t-shirts are cool, most of them got swearing on them, that makes them even cooler.
Everybody knows me as Vinny, the ICP kid. I walk through halls every day with my pants off my ass. my pants sagging with all my t-shirts. I have enough t-shirts to go like a month and a half, 2 months without repeating the same one.
I got posters, stickers, little stickers, videos, everything.
Insane Clown Posse merchandise. Every kid wants one. Let's see what we got tonight. Got the new Great Malenko in the fresh alternative Kelly green color for all the alternative kids with chain wallets. They can sport that in the fresh. Kids just gotta have it. Mom and dad don't like it. Big seller. The infamous Great Malenko hockey jersey. Isn't that devastating? Big seller. 150 bucks. And we don't take credit cards.
In total, spending money on the ICP, I'd have to be up around 2,000, 3,000 at least. It's totally worth it.
The official Zippo lighter, real Zippo, lifetime guarantee, not any of that cheap crap like Metallica sells.
This lighter right here, the Riddle Box. This one right here is the Ringmaster. And this one, Carnage one.
Hats, we got green, red, so you can represent the Great Malenko. The world famous Stranglemania, hosted by ICP. This is one of our biggest sellers.
Dude, Cactus Sack represents in that tape. That is just the best tape ever, dude. He bleeds everywhere. Got barbed wire matches, kinds of crazy shit.
Even if you're not a wrestling fan, you've got to see this. It's 100 minutes of people trying to kill each other, and it's funny.
Dude, just blood and guts spill everywhere, dude. That's what life's all about. People getting their flesh just ripped apart, getting barbed wire stopped at their ass, people walking around with chainsaws. Dude, it's just the freshest.
The secret to ICP's merchandise is just this. You might not like ICP's music, what they stand for. You might not like hip-hop music, whatever, but you're gonna like our stuff. Look at this. You gotta have it.
Today we'll be talking about the recording artists, the Insane Clown Posse. I'll be showing you artwork, and we're going to listen to some music and also watch some videotapes. I'm going to start out by showing you some of the t-shirt designs for this band. Just pass them around and just check them out and see which ones you like the best and what you think in general of the design, any kind of message that you think that it's telling people.
I'd like to make a comment about the red one.
Sure.
And the white one. The red one sort of kind of reminds me of gang related.
Mm-hmm.
The white one, in a sense, would be more like, I don't know, when I see the 3 fingers going up, reminds me of a pitchfork, something satanic related.
The white one does look demonic. And they look too spooky, more like, really, like Halloween, more or less. But you know, the kids could relate more to that music. It was too frightening to me.
This is a blow up of one of their tape.
Are you serious? Do they sell it in the X-rated section, I hope? That is disgusting. That degrades women completely.
They're pigs and they're perverts. It's perverted. It's not having anything to do with music.
What do you think? What do you think their intentions are?
Make money.
To make money.
Make money.
It's a gimmick. They're trying to get your attention, and it worked. I mean,
Does anybody know about the Disney thing?
What's
What
the
about?
Disney
They were on the Hollywood Records, which is a Disney label, and Disney threw them off a couple months ago, a day after they were.
That poster that they don't throw them off.
What was that?
What reputation Disney has, they have lesbians and homosexuals making cartoons now. And if you look at the label of Little Mermaid, you'll see penises in gold, okay? Disney's gonna lose their reputation.
Yeah, I just see the devil's working.
Yeah.
Without trying to sound fanatical.
So a lot of you people may not take this seriously, but let's bring up the one idiot guy who took how many people with him in the Nike gym shoes?
I don't know.
In California, there one group. Whatever that guy was. I mean, you know, nobody took him seriously. Oh, everybody thought he was just an idiot. No, not. What makes you think that these 2 kids from wherever they were, Detroit or wherever, take 70,000, 80,000 of our teenagers with them in a big amphitheater.
Dead bodies in the back of my van. All the little kiddies love the dead body man.
It reminds me so much of in the Bible how it says that the kids are gonna just turn against their parents. So here we have the Antichrist right here telling them.
They were raised up against their
For the
parents.
Antichrist, who is coming before Jesus will come. Okay, and this right here is role models for Antichrist right here.
Ticket, please, thanks. Walk through the doors and through the halls of illusions. Visit yours and see what could've, it should've, it would've been real. But you had to jack the whole deal. Take a walk down the hallway. It's a long way. It takes all day. And when we get to the end, you'll find a chair with straps and chains. We slap you in there, lock you down tight so you can't move a thread, and pull your eyelids up over your head. Cause you're about to witness an illusionary dream. It's just too bad it ain't what it seems. You watch me see two kids on the floor. They play Nintendo when he's got the high score. They sitting behind them, chilling in the chairs. Your wife when you look, oh, you ain't there. It's some other man in the hand to hand. I see look so happy you don't understand. See, this is an illusion, it never came true. Because of you. Back to reality and what you're about. Your wife can't smile cause you knocked her teeth out. And she can't see straight from getting hit cause you're worthless drunk pieces. But it's all good here. Come have a beer. Let's have a toast to you cause your end is near. And your death comes wicked, painful and slow. At the hands of Faygo. Trailer park, you got your ticket? Thanks. Take your coat off, and later on, why not? You'll get rode off. Let's take a walk down the hallway. It's a long way. It takes all day. And when you get to the end, you'll find a chair. You see all the blood? Yeah, your boy was just here. We get all different kind of people coming through. Richies, chickens, and piggies just like you. In the halls, everybody gets a turn to sit and witness your illusion before you burn. What do we have here? Oh dear, no way. It looks like your kid's in the okay. Your daughter's chilling up in college, top grade. And your son's a brain doctor, bad pain. They got families and kids and it's all good. They even coach Little League in the neighborhood. Is this true? Have you really seen the Holy Ghost? Hell nah, not even close. Back to reality, your son's on crack. And your daughter gets paid laying on her back. And they both sit and bump for change. And live in the gutter and sell crack to each other. When they were kids, you'd beat them and leave them home. And even whip them with the cord on the telephone. And that reminds me, man, hey, you gotta call. Watch your step to hell. It's a long way. But I ain't gonna wait your mind. This is all because of you. But you got to something to bring. But I ain't gonna wait your mind. This is all because of you. But you got to something to bring. Time to back up and move to the next town. But we forgot Mr. Bigot. Okay, dig it. We can't show you an illusion cause we're all packed. But you get the expression. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the museum, the Wax Museum. Thousands of dead souls covered in wax.
The definition of clown, the word actually means clod or buffoon. And to look at these pictures, I don't feel that someone is going to do something humorous. Pablo Picasso put it best. Clowns are the mirrors of humanity. When you see the clown, you see yourself. I do not see myself in this picture in any way, shape, or form.
These guys right here, the way they look like monsters. Just the way they made their faces up is evil. Just when you thought they were dead. Dead. Now they're talking about death. Clowns are nothing like death. They're supposed to bring joy. They bring evil. It's just terrible. Skulls, dreadlocks. There's not one clown that has dreadlocks. Their mean looks, all these little points. They look like they're a part of Satan. Kids, this is not what clowns are about. They're good. They're not clowns. They're insane Satan posse. That's what it is.
I'm Ron Monastery. I'm Vincent's dad. I drive him usually to all the ICP concerts and autograph signings and stuff with him. And you know, when he was into baseball, little league, scouting, swimming for the high school team, whatever, you're involved with your kids. So now they 4 or 5 years they've been following ICP. So I want to be with them. So I don't see anything wrong with it.
That's the shit. That's the shit right there.
Once they start listening to these songs that feature death and Satanism and the occult, it's almost like an addiction. What comes out of your mouth is what's in your mind and in your heart.
This midget motherfucker and this boy's not stepping. Oh my, look at the witch, you crushed and killed that wicked old bitch. All the kids that, you know, not made fun of us, but gave us shit about always wearing ICP shirts and, oh, ICP ain't real, Vince, come on, dude. They suck, they're punks and shit. They did the freshest, everyone would see us going with our faces painted. With the camera, everything. With the camera and shit, seeing us on MTV, then who'd be cool? They'd be jocking us. Hell yeah. Being like, oh, can we be your friends? That's how they'd be, losers.
Today we sit at the headquarters for FBI, and we are the booking agency for the Insane Clown Posse. Met the clowns in December of 1994. I organized a show in New York City at a venue called Tramps. Everyone hated them. The venue hated them, my friends hated them, my peers hated them, my colleagues, everyone hated them. And it was that night that, you know, I fell in love with them.
I got hooked up with Insane Clown Posse, and I got a phone call saying we had to play on a track on their forthcoming album, right? And I heard it, and I thought it was great. And I said, yeah, I'll play on it. And that was basically it. It just took a matter of saying yes. It really only took 5 seconds of listening to it, and I was like, this is definitely cool. I thought the subject matter was great.
An album by a rap group called Insane Clown Posse has been pulled from release because the Disney company decided that the lyrics to the songs were too indecent for any Disney label.
As you'll recall, Hollywood Records, a subsidiary of the Disney company, having paid a reported $1 million to buy the group's contract from Jive Records, released a new album by the Detroit duo last week called The Great Malenko. Then, that very same day, Disney recalled the album, claiming it had just discovered the record wasn't exactly filled with family fun.
But I tell you, Walt Disney Company, this is a Walt Disney band, if there ever was one.
Well, I came into work one morning, and Michael had this long face, like it was the end of the world, and he explained that Disney had pulled the band's record from the stores, and the tour was being canceled, and he was upset, and I had to explain to him that this was the best thing that could possibly happen. I mean, you can't pay for this kind of thing to happen.
The title of the band should be Inane Clown Posse, not Insane Clown Posse. If you don't know any better, you think they're great. You know, it's like, some people consider Black Velvet Elvis great art.
People have been, you know, saying horrible things about my bands over the years, and it's never bothered me because the ones that they scream the most about seem to be the ones that become the biggest. So I'm just going to sit back and watch these guys become millionaires.
This band will go nowhere.
There's no getting rid of the Dark Carnival. Your daughter loves me. She's gonna bring me home for stew tonight. If I get banned off every venue in the country, I'll do a show in your backyard. You'll never get rid of the Dark Carnival.
Detroit is where I'm from, and we're notorious for having very violent, unruly audiences. Child's play compared to an ICP concert.
Welcome to your death.
break necks, shatter spleens, crush spines, and snap vertebrae. That's how we get applause.
It's violent.
Yeah.
Man, there's people jumping on top of your head. I mean, I was in front row the whole last concert, and they got just people, you know, wanting to get up on stage, and then they just run around and jump right on the top of people's heads and go crowd surfing.
We made a deal with the band and the manager that in this building, we'd like you to do it a little more professionally. There won't be any women thrown from the stage into the crowd.
And this girl tried to freak Violent J in front of a microphone. He just picked her up, lifted her over her head, and just threw her onto the crowd. It was so cool.
They basically violated every condition that they had agreed to going into the date.
Last Halloween show, and they had a Rubbermaid bucket full of Faygo because they were filling up with super soakers, and at the end they threw it, and it was all full of Faygo, and they go in the forehead and split her whole forehead open.
Kids are flying off the balcony. Kids are swan diving off the speaker stands. Nobody knows what the hell's going on. Pure anarchy. At our shows, the Juggalos are on stage, and we're in the crowd.
Hello, I'm Spider. We are the personal bodyguards for ICP. We basically keep things under control for the guys. Walking around when they're not on stage, making sure that they're safe. You understand? Safe.
They fucking jump on stage on people, they throw bitches into the crowd. They don't give a fuck, they're nuts. Moshing, fucking killing people, kicking in the head and shit, nobody cares.
During this recent tour, we had electrical fires in one of the venues. Some of the special effects showed it out. We've had stages collapse and power lines pulled from the ceiling. I've seen pretty much all of it.
I guess the wildest thing I've ever seen is breasts.
Down with the clown posse! Yeah! Damn body bags! Yeah, boy!
The last tour playing in Cleveland without a barricade, the entire crowd of about 1,000 managed to make it up on the stage, and all the props were destroyed. We barely got Violent J and Two Dope off with their lives. Literally, they were crushed against the scenery, and it was exciting.
Arms, leg injuries, and head injuries are typically the most common. People are crowd surfing and moshing. We get lots of cracked heads and injured limbs.
Mainly stage diving or interacting with the bouncers. That tends not to go so well.
Seeing the security guards beat the shit out of some guy was pretty cool, actually.
It was awesome though, man. That guy got beat down. There's a guy throwing him out, they slammed him into the wall like 4 times and then kicked him out to down. It was awesome.
Mike comes out of nowhere with a cane he found in somebody's van and just said,
and then his brother come out and wanted to fight. They're on the ground wrestling. I came running up. I was like, him in the head. But hey, it's Casualties of War. It's a blast.
You assume that fans are going to have fun, and if it gets a little rough, well, they know what they're getting into, especially if they're going to a clown show.
And the injuries that you're seeing a lot at ICP?
Mostly bumps and bruises, things like that.
What about broken bones? We've heard about some broken bones and stuff.
Time out. I can't answer that.
You can't answer that just about the broken bones?
We're done.
I was in the front row and I was getting my ass kicked and like both my shoulders were touching each other like that.
Bouncing all around and shit, getting chucked on the floor, getting back up. Fucking Two Dope landed on my ass, man. It was cool as hell, dude.
Oh,
Violent J
man.
gave me shoes.
Shoes, 2 dope shoes.
Looking at how many times Violent J tied his shoelace, man.
So they wouldn't fall off.
Yeah, they smell like Faygo.
Yeah, they taste like Faygo too. Thanks for shoving that down my throat.
It was the best, man. Fucking rock. What do your parents think of ICP? They fucking hate them, but fuck them. I don't fucking care to the bomb.